Okay. So for our practice this morning, we're going to be focusing on the side bodies quite a bit, both creating space and releasing through the side bodies, and also working to activate the side bodies, so the obliques. In this area, the body has a lot to do with twisting. Yeah, so we'll be twisting quite a bit and working to use the feet to connect to the core. So it's kind of like if you think about a tree, right? You have the roots of the tree that connect you to the trunk that helps support the tree. And so in our bodies, our feet, they create the rootedness to the earth that helps to activate and support the trunk, our core. So some of the cues that I speak to about the feet are in direct relationship to what's happening at our center. So that's just some stuff to have in the back of your mind if that's interesting to you as you move. But we'll start it right away in Shavasana today. So go ahead and find your back body. And just take a moment to get comfortable on the earth. And as you settle in, let's begin the process of a little body scan. Allow your eyes to close. And begin to work your awareness from the crown of your head all the way down towards your fingers and your toes. And as you work your awareness through your body, just invite each area to soften, to release, and to let go. Into this process of a body scan, we begin the process of releasing an initial tension. And any initial tension from our bodies, but also from the layers of heart and mind. So notice if there's something that you've carried with you to your yoga mat this morning that you'd like to let go of, that you'd like to set aside. And with every exhale, every out breath, can that exhalation be your invitation to release that away? So we release the unnecessary holding in our bodies, the clinging in our hearts, any stickiness in our minds. And starting to deepen your breath. Let every inhale get a little bit fuller, wider, more expansive. Allow every exhale to slowly empty all the way to the bottom. For our last couple of breaths here, as you continue to deepen your breath, imagine deepening your breath into your side bodies. Instead of breathing up into your chest so much, can you start to breathe to your right and to your left side bodies? And you can breathe a little bit deeper to the right and left side bodies, feeling that widening through your breath and your body. And as you exhale, can you feel your center? At the bottom of your breath, feel that deep core connection. And then go ahead and start to bring to mind an individual intention. So a focus point for your practice, or perhaps it's a dedication or a devotion. And perhaps it's in relationship to the release of resentment that happens when we open our side bodies. Or the connection to our core. Right? That connection to a sense of strength that happens when we feel stable and grounded. And holding that intention right at the forefront of your heart and mind. Start to take a really deep breath in through your nose. And clearing exhale to release, just let it go. And again, deep breath through your nose. And as you're ready, clearing exhale, let it go. And then just one more here, a deep and wide breath in through your nose. And clear that breath all the way to empty. As you let your lips seal, start to breathe through your nose and eventually reach into a full body stretch. Send your hands up and overhead. And as you lengthen through your fingers and through your feet, take a couple of circles through your ankles and your wrists. And start to bring your right knee into your body. And interlace your hands on your right shin. Feel your tailbone reach forward and away. Feel length extend forward through your left heel. And then breathe energetically the crown of your head to the wall behind you. And from all of that length on your next exhale, go ahead and find your supine twist. Let your right knee tip across you to the left. And again, send your breath into your side body here. As your inhale to spread your right ribs open. Then use your exhale as that invitation to twist a little bit deeper. To rinse and release into the rotation of your spine. Just one more breath into your right side body. One more breath out to twist a little bit deeper. And as you come back through center, keep your right knee bent and land your right foot onto the earth. And square your hips, and then use your core to slowly lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Then go ahead and reach behind your left leg and find a hamstring stretch. So with a little softness through your left knee, you can reach either to the back of your leg, below or above your knee joint. And then flex and point through your left ankle a couple of times. Maybe you got circle one direction and then the other. And then flex your left heel high. Feel your hip crease reach forward to the top of your yoga mat. And then start to take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. And so we have 3 variations of our core progression. And we're just going to do 3 rounds of each. So the intention is to go with intention through each round. So we're not doing as many repetitions. So start by pushing down through your right foot and forward through your right foot. As you pull your navel to your spine, so you anchor your low back to the earth. Your left leg's going to stay high. Start to reach your right hand overhead. So left leg high, right hand reaches overhead. Now on your in-breath, you're going to slowly start to lower your left leg towards a hover. Take your time. And on your exhale, slowly start to lift your left leg to the sky. Now lift your head and shoulders and reach your right fingertips up to your left toe. So up and across. Left elbow wide. Same thing, so super slow motion. Inhale, lower your left leg to a hover. Reach your right hand up and overhead. On your exhale, push down with your right foot. Lift your head and shoulders as you lift your left leg. And reach your right fingertips towards the outside of your left ankle, so up and across. One more like this. Inhale, slowly lower and open, resisting gravity. On your exhale, root, lift, reach, find that little pause at the top, shoulder blades high. And then keep your left leg where it is, but let your head and shoulders drop back to the earth. Take both hands behind your head for your reset. Now left leg is going to stay high. Bring your right knee into the upside down tabletop shape. So your right knee is like a 90-degree bend. Knee above hip point, shin parallel to the earth. Take your left palm and place it on top of your right thigh, your right quad. So you're gonna push left palm into right thigh. And then start to reach your right hand overhead, okay, to the base board behind you. And as you push your left hand into your right thigh, start to inhale, lower your left leg towards a hover, really slow. On your exhale, push your left hand into your right thigh, lift your left leg, lift your head and shoulders, and reach your right fingertips up and across. 2 more like that. So your core slowly lowers your left leg and reaches your right hand overhead with your breath. Push into your right hip the whole time. Exhale, press, lift, lift, and reach. And one more time here. Slow motion inhale to open. Feel your core control that descent. Slow motion, your exhale, push into your right thigh. Lift head, shoulders, and left leg. Reach your right fingertips across, find that little pause. Now keep your left leg in the sky again. Go ahead and let your head and shoulders drop back again. Take your hands behind your head for your reset. Now our third and final round, you're either gonna send your right leg forward to a hover or a low diagonal. So you have a capital L in your legs, left leg high, right leg low. Or at any point you can bridge your right foot to the earth for a little bit less. Now take your right fingertips up and overhead one more time. As you flex your feet, you're gonna inhale, lower your left heel to tap your right toes, or just lower your left leg to your healthy low point. On your exhale, lift your left leg, lift your head and shoulders, reach your right fingertips up and across. Good. 2 more here. Inhale, lower your left leg, reach your right fingertips up and overhead. Remember your options for your right leg. As you exhale, left leg lifts, shoulders lift, reach up and across. One more time, see how slow you can go. Use the full length of your inhale to lower and open. And the full length of your exhale to slow motion, lift, lift, and reach up and across. Good, and then release, relax knees to chest, let your head and shoulders drop back. And take a really deep breath through your nose. And then clearing, exhale, let it go. And then we'll send our hands to our left shin and lengthen your right leg out across the earth. So we're back in wind removing pose. In the very beginning, take a breath here. That length in the crown of your head through to your tailbone and your right heel. And the exhale will guide us into supine twist. So let your left knee tip over to the right. And try to keep your left shoulder heavy to the earth as you find your 2 cycles of breath. And then this time as we come back to center, left foot is going to bridge to the earth, and you'll eventually lift your right leg to the sky for a hamstring stretch. So take your time to ground your left foot, square your hips, and then use the strength of your belly to lift your right leg to the ceiling. As you reach behind your right leg, just take a moment here, flex point, maybe circle through your right ankle. Feel that energetic stretch of your right sitting bone to the top of your yoga mat. Let's take one more breath here. And then start to bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. With the strength of your core, you're going to start to push your left foot down into the earth and forward away from your body. That's going to encourage your low back to anchor down to the ground. So low back is anchored, left foot grounded, navel pulls in. Now start to reach your left hand up and overhead. So left hand's going to be the moving arm this time. On your breath in, slow and steady, lower your right leg to a hover. Take your time to inhale, lower. On your exhale, root through your left foot, begin to lift your right leg. Slowly lift your head and shoulders and reach your left fingertips up and across. And start to inhale, lower and open. Take your time to resist gravity, feel your core working hard. Exhale, push, lift and reach. And then think about your sternum leading the way so your neck can relax a little bit. Find that pause at the top. And then one more time, slowly inhale, lower your right leg, reach your left fingertips up and overhead. On your exhale, push through your left foot, lift your right leg, stretch your left fingertips across. And then let your head and shoulders drop back, take both hands behind your head. Keeping your right leg to the sky, so tipping your left knee into that 90-degree bend, upside down tabletop. So left knee is above your hip point, left shin parallel to the earth. Take the palm of your right hand onto your left thigh. And begin to push palm into thigh as you pull your navel to your spine. So you should already feel energy in your core just from that opposing action that you're creating. Then send your left hand overhead. On your breath in, as you push into your left leg, you're gonna lower your right. You start to push into your left leg as you lift your right leg to the sky. Lift your head and shoulders. Reach your left fingertips up and across. And two more like this. Inhale, lower, open. If you ever need a hand behind your head, you can always take your left hand behind your head for support. Exhale, lift your right leg, lift your head and shoulders, and create a twist. You continue to push into your left thigh. And one more time like this. Inhale, lower, open, slow motion, strong. Take your time to exhale, push, lift, reach up and across. The right leg stays high, let your head and shoulders drop back. Take both hands behind your head to reset. Your options for your left leg again are either to be hovered, that's going to be the most challenging variation, or at a low diagonal, a little bit less intense, or bridge to the earth. And once you decide your legs, you can always change them, and then reach your left hand overhead. Make sure your low back is anchored, and your core feels the effort. We're gonna inhale, lower right heel to tap your left toes. On your exhale, lift your right leg, lift your left fingertips up and across. And two more here. Let your in-breath slowly open you up. How controlled can you exhale, right leg high, left fingertips across. Just one more time. Inhale, lower, open. And use your exhale to lift your right leg and reach with your left fingertips. And then release, relax knees to chest, head and shoulders drop back. Take a deep breath through your nose. And clearing exhale to let that all go. And start to rock and roll forward and back until you find tabletop pose, all fours. And then your tabletop, you're gonna start with your shoulders stacked above your wrists, hips over knees. Then go ahead and curl to the left. So take your tailbone to the left, peek over your left shoulder, a little C curve. And then curl over to the right, like a little crescent moon. Look over your right shoulder, take your tailbone towards the right. A little crunch to your right side. Then come back to neutral. Inhale to your cow shape, lift your heart, lift your tail. On your exhale, curl to your cat spine, round at the back of your heart up high. And then find your neutral spine. Keeping a neutral spine, push into your hands to pull your front ribs in. So think, root your hands into the earth, press your shins energetically to the earth to pull your front ribs in. Then keeping that connection to your core, inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. Preparing for thread the needle, we're gonna blow it 2 times and we'll stay on the third. So on your exhale, reach your right hand through. Just hover your right temple to the earth, push into your left hand. And then inhale, pull your right hand back to the sky. Think about using your side core. On your exhale, push through your left hand as you rinse and reach across. The right fingertips dive underneath your body, thread the needle. Then inhale, pull your right hand to the sky again. And on this last time, you're gonna exhale, reach through for your thread the needle, and this time stay, lower your right temple to the earth. Flip your right palm to face the sky. As you slide your shoulders out of your ears, actively press the back of your right arm into your yoga mat. Then take your tailbone a little bit over to the right. And take one more breath into the back of your heart space. As you root down through your left hand, go ahead and just press your way back to tabletop pose. So all fours. You're going to push down with your hands to connect to your belly. We're going to take this second side. So think about using your core as the energy to rinse and twist. So let's go big breath in, reach your left hand to the sky. On your exhale, rinse your left hand underneath, push into your right hand, reach way across. Inhale, pull your left hand to the ceiling. And exhale, rinse your left hand across, left temple hovers. One more time, breathe in, reach your left hand to the sky. This time on your exhale, thread your needle and stay. As you bring your head to the earth, slide your shoulders away from your ears. And then actively press down to the back of your left arm. And your right shoulder to the wall that's behind your heart. And take your tailbone a little bit to the left as well. And go ahead and start to slowly make your way back to your tabletop pose, all fours. And from your tabletop, you're going to tuck your toes, find your downward facing dog. Extend your hips to the ceiling. Take a moment to kind of pedal through one heel, then the other. Just check in with your hamstrings, the length of your spine, with the power of your hands and your feet. Then breathe length into your side bodies, length between your armpits and your hip creases. On your next breath in, send your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Start to bend your knee and open your hip. Start to relax the weight of your skull. Take an extra inhale here, so really active through your right seat. On your exhale, take your right knee to your left tricep underneath your body. Now pause here. So keeping both hands on the ground, turn your left toes to the left until your left heel lands. So your left foot is like the back foot of a warrior two. Then pull your heart forward through your biceps to the top of your yoga mat. Pull your right knee towards your left tricep. Think about rooting down to the heel of your right hand. And from here, three-legged dog, lift your right leg to the sky, big breath in. You're gonna exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. And dip your left knee to a hover cow lunge. Pull your heart through your biceps. With exhale, find your cat lunge, lengthen both of your legs. And then bend into your right knee. Leading with your heart space, pull yourself forward to a forward fold. So big intentional step to the top of your yoga mat. And the softness in your knees. Let your head fall heavy for a moment. The energetic lift of your tailbone. Next breath in, let's lift up halfway, start to lengthen out from your crown to your tail. And exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. At the top, grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. As you soften your knees, lean over to the left for a side body stretch. Get heavy through your tailbone and your right foot. And we'll breathe in and out through our center. Switch your grip and tip over to your right side body stretch. And then inhale up through your center. With your exhale, forward fold, dive down to the earth. Take a half lift on your breath. In a high plank pose, plant your hands and step your feet back. And knees up or down. Go ahead and pause for your inhale. And do that breath all the way to connect to your core. Keep your core connection, shift forward as you breathe into the back of your body. And with control, lower to the earth as slow as you can. So actively drag your elbows and your shoulders straight back in space, hitting space between your shoulders and your ears and energy through your triceps. Then untuck your toes at the bottom. Low Cobra, breathe length through your spine as you lift. And exhale to release. And inhale to a low or a high Cobra. So listening to your body, maybe you want to lift up a little bit taller. And let your exhale lower you back down. The third and final round, inhale to a Cobra, or option to go to your upward facing dog. You feel ready to lengthen your arms, lift your thighs. Downward facing dog, follow your exhale to lift your hips to the ceiling. Now we're going to take that same little progression second side. So start to breathe your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open through your hip. Take a breath in here. And exhale, take your left knee to your right tricep underneath your body. So again, pausing with both hands on the earth, think plank through your upper body. You're going to turn your right toes to the right until the four corners of your right foot are rooted to your yoga mat. Press into your right foot, then pull your heart forward. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right edge of your yoga mat and pull your left knee to your right tricep. Think thigh high into your heart. Then slow motion, lift your left leg to the sky as you want to hook your right heel. And step your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. We'll find a cow lunge with our breath in. Right knee hovers low. Pull your heart through. And exhale to your cat lunge, find the extension through your legs. As you bend into your front knee, we step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, strong step to the top. Right away, breathe in and lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold, dive on down. We'll inhale all the way to stand. Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the ceiling. And then we'll grab our left wrist again and tip over to the right. This time we're going to add a little bit of a curtsy. So take your left toes and kickstand them behind you. So you're high on the ball end of your left foot. Keep your hips where they are, but as you bend your left knee, think about reaching your left knee all the way down to the ground. Take that full side body stretch. And strong through your right foot, rise up, reach tall with your inhale. Switch your grip, you're going to tip over to your left side bend. Then add the curtsy and extend your right toes behind you. High on the ball end of your right foot. Reach your right knee low and your right fingertips overhead. And together we'll inhale through center, both hands to the sky. On your out breath, go ahead and fold to the earth. Soft knees, slow hinge. Inhale to lift up halfway as you invite your heart forward, keep the length. High plank pose, your exhale steps your feet back. And breathe in to shift forward. Knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way for your chaturanga. And then open your heart up, dog or cobra, big breath in. Now we transition back to down dog and exhalation out. Let's take a deep inhale together. And then clear that breath away. Start to inhale your right leg to the ceiling. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Stay for your breath in. Right into your left tricep, breath out. So starting with both hands on the earth, just like we did before, spin your left heel down to the ground. Then reach your heart forward through your biceps. Think about pulling your right thigh higher to your chest. This time we are going to lift our left knee to the ceiling. So opening to the left, you can keep your right knee lifted or you can drop your right knee to the earth like a modified side plank. Feel your hips lift up and away from the ground. Slow motion, three-legged dog. Bring your left hand to your yoga mat and inhale your right toes to the ceiling. On your out breath, step your right foot forward between your thumbs. And then go ahead and take a twist. Reach your right hand to the sky, big breath in. And on your exhale, release your right hand to the earth and turn all 10 toes to the left. Bend your left knee for a side lunge. And your side lunge can be high. If you prefer Skandasana, feel free to go down towards your right heel. And rotate your right toes to the sky. So wide across your collarbones and wide through your knees, take a breath in. Spin to your left, you're gonna face the back of your yoga mat into a low lunge. Long through your spine, tip the weight to your left foot, Shiva squat. So go right knee to left calf for Shiva squat. Nice and low through your booty, lifted through your heart. Press down through your left heel, standing splits. Inhale your right toes to the sky. Your exhalation is gonna step you to chair pose. Bring your right foot to the earth and go ahead and lift your heart in your hands by driving down through your heels. With your exhale, keep your lower body super square. Twist your right hand back in space and open arm twist. Push down through your left heel as you turn your heart to the right. And then inhale through your center, both hands go high. Exhale, second side, sweep your left hand back and root down and back through your right heel. And inhale through your center. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway lift, extend as you breathe in. Vinyasa or down dog with your exhale out. So go ahead and step back or flow back. A full or modified chaturanga. Decide what you need. We'll find our way back to downward dog where we meet. And once you get to your downward facing dog, start to inhale your left leg up to the ceiling. Let exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. You press the earth away as you breathe in. Left knee crosses toward the right tricep on your breath out. Think long through your spine, square through your shoulders. Spin your right heel down to the earth. Push to the four corners of your right foot and pull your left knee forward towards your right elbow. Drag your left heel back, your left heel of your hand back rather, and then start to pull your right hand to the sky. So then left knee can be lifted or modified side plank, left knee to the earth. One more breath in, think breathe underneath your hips. Three-legged dog, land your right hand with care and slow motion, send your left toes to the sky. Big step forward, left foot to the top of your yoga mat. A twist will take your left hand to the ceiling with your inhale. And just right away, left hand to the earth as you exhale. Rotating to your right, bend your right knee for a side lunge or Skandasana. As you choose your hip opening, give it an extra breath in. Awesome, we'll spin to the right, low lunge to the top of our yoga mat as we breathe out. Again, right leg is going to be your base. Shiva squat, bring your left knee to your right calf. Get low through your hips and light through your fingertips. So you really bend through your right knee, think about the lengthening of your heart forward. Then press down through your right foot, standing splits, breathe your left leg up high. Chair pose, place your left foot to the earth. Get low through your seat, inhale to lift through your heart in your hands. We're gonna prayer twist. We'll go right elbow to the outside of our left thigh first this time. So twist your heart to the left and low through your booty, press your hands together. You also have the option to come to Hakini Mudra. So fingertips touch and you create space between your palms. And knees are square. Press through your feet. Next breath in takes you to your chair pose. Lengthen out and then exhale, second side. Sweep your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Use your in-breath to create more extension. And follow your exhale to twist a little bit deeper. And one more breath here. And inhale, lift your center, reach your hands forward. Exhale to fold to the earth, forward fold. Take your half lift as you breathe in. Vinyasa or a down dog, exhale all the way through. And take a pause in child's pose. Just briefly, let your knees find the earth. Allow your hips to land to your heels. And take 3 cycles of breath. And after your third cycle of breath, I want to show you something real quick for this last like big standing layer of flow that we have, because there's a couple different options. So option one is going to be an add-on to the little core connection we've been doing. And option two is a modified version, still working into the side bodies. So what we've been doing is our three-legged dog. We've bent our knee and opened our hip. This next time you'll have the option to go to a wild thing if that's interesting to you, to open up. Then we're going to take our left, in this case my left knee is going to go to my right tricep. So I'm going all the way underneath my body. I'm going to spin my back heel to the earth. Lengthen through my spine, pull my left knee forward. That's all the same. In the last layer, we started to open our right hand. So we're in this side plank variation where our bottom knee is lifted. You, of course, have the option to drop your left knee to the earth. So that was the same as the previous layer. In this next layer, you have the option to reach your top hand overhead and to extend your lifted leg towards the back of your yoga mat. So you have this big extension as you breathe in. On your exhale, maybe you crunch your lifted leg and elbow together, and then you extend out. So that is the full expression. If you want something different, you can have your left knee on the earth, you take a breath in, you still reach the top hand overhead. Except on your exhale, you crunch your upper leg and elbow together. And you can either float it back, kind of like a modified half move, or you can bring it to the earth again and crunch. So those are your two options. And we'll have a couple other kind of fun balance explorations along the way. So let's find downward facing dog. Give yourself a breath or so to arrive there. And as you find your down dog, again, really emphasize that space in your side bodies. The length from your armpits to your hip points. And allow your head to relax between your arms. Let's inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. If you'd like to take a wild thing, step your right toes behind you. Keep the length of your left leg as you tippy toe your right foot, push the earth away. Let your shoulder blades send your heart forward. Bend your left elbow so you feel the muscles around your left shoulder blade light up. Looking to the top of your yoga mat, take your right knee all the way beneath to your left tricep. So right knee crosses all the way underneath to left tricep. Spin your left heel to the earth, lengthen your spine. Bend your right elbow a little bit and lift your left hand to the ceiling, big breath in. Right knee can also be on the earth. Maybe start to reach your left hand overhead. Maybe start to lengthen your right leg out with your inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, so left elbow to right knee perhaps, or left elbow to left knee. Then inhale, lengthen back out again. Two more, exhale, crunch, push through your right hand and your left foot. And then inhale, reach. Last time here, I know it's a lot, exhale, crunch. Right from your crunch, three-legged dog, place your left hand on the earth and scoop your right toes to the sky. And place your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. And spin your left heel to the earth. So your feet are the setup for a warrior two. When you're ready, press your feet, rise up, Virabhadrasana two. Just take a moment to settle in here to arrive. If you want to close your eyes for a breath, feel free to do so. And feel the four corners of your feet, your roots that connect you to the steadiness of the earth. From your feet, feel your trunk, your core. Okay, eyes open or closed, stay heavy through your right thigh, and on your breath in, reverse your right hand to the sky. Push down through your right heel as you reach through your right fingertips. We're gonna exhale, side angle. This time push down with your left heel really strong. Right, left heel roots as left hand reaches. The next breath in, option for a double reach in your reverse. So as you reverse, option to reach both hands at the back of your yoga mat. Push through your right heel. We're gonna go to side angle, option for a double reach. Maybe root through your left heel as you reach both hands to the front of your yoga mat. Then wrap your right ribs forward and your left shoulder back a little bit. Okay, last one here, reverse, maybe a double reach, Maybe reach your left hand out from your heart space, out in front of your gaze. The last one here, head to side angle. You can take that double reach again, or reach your right hand out from your heart. Like you're reaching your right ribs across to the left side of your yoga mat. We're gonna reverse our triangle next. So right leg goes long, reach up tall with your right fingertips. Beautiful, in Trikonasana. So micro bend your right knee. Take your time to find your triangle pose. So from the anchor of your left foot, start to reach way far forward. So your left obliques help to control your descent, and then eventually tip into Trikonasana. So right hand go to your shin, the inside of your shin or to the earth. Think about the untucking of your tailbone. So your left hip spins a little bit forward and down. Reach your left hand overhead, side body stretch as you breathe in. Wide-legged forward fold, dive down to your center on your out breath. Then we'll halfway lift when you're ready. And then bend your left knee, side lunge or Skandasana. And we'll rotate to the left, low lunge to the backs of our yoga mats. As you tip your weight to your left foot, Shiva squat, bring your right knee to the back of your left calf. Push down with your left foot, standing splits, right toes to the sky. You're gonna take that 2 more times. So hands or no hands, choose your balance challenge as you bend and tap Shiva squat. And then push to extend at standing splits. And 1 more time, inhale Shiva squat, bend and tap. Exhale, standing splits, root and reach to your right toes. Go ahead and step into chair pose, right foot lands to the earth. You get low with your seat, elevate your heart. We're going to prayer twist our heart to the right. So hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Look down to the ground as you have the twist and lean your weight to your right foot. Push your right foot to pull in your belly. So again, feet and core connected. Then come to your left to be toe. When you're ready, flamingo your left tail to your seat. Good. Like an airplane left leg, send your left leg back in space. Hover your left leg. And then eventually left toes find the back of your yoga mat. You're in a prayer twisted crescent. Okay, push into your feet to find a buoyancy with your heart. And as you plug your right thigh bone in and lift your heart away from your thigh, spread your wings open wide. Activate your left quad. Big push here, reaching crescent. Send your hands out in front of you. Another big push here, airplane pose. Left toes can drag along the way. But press down with your right foot to fly, airplane pose. And take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, chair pose, bend into your right knee so you can step your left foot beside it. Lift your heart in your hands. It doesn't have to be your deepest chair pose this time. Just exhale, forward fold, release. We'll halfway lift together. Then you decide Vinyasa or down dog. So step back or flow back. Okay, before we go on the second side, let's take a cleansing breath. So deep inhale through your nose. And while that exhale to release completely, let it go. Here we go, left leg to the ceiling. Breathe your left leg up high. On your exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Option for your wild thing, perhaps you step your left toes behind you and open across your heart. As you bend your right elbow a little bit, then engage the muscles through your right shoulder, look to the top of your yoga mat. We're gonna go left knee to right tricep as you bring your left hand to the earth, left knee crosses underneath to right tricep. Spin your right heel to your yoga mat. Lengthen your spine. As you lift your right hand, bend your left elbow. Option for left knee on the earth, or to keep your left knee lifted. You're gonna reach your right hand overhead as you breathe in. Left leg might lengthen out, or again, left knee's on the ground. On your exhale, bring right elbow towards either your left lifted leg or to your right knee, so you decide. And inhale to reach out again. And exhale, curl, crunch, pull through your body. Bend through your left elbow and inhale to reach. One more time, exhale, curl, crunch, pull into center. Then inhale to reach. Three-legged dog. As you bring your right hand down, you're gonna lift your left toes to the sky. With as much care as you can, as slowly, as intentionally as you can, place your left foot forward. And then spin your right heel down for warrior two. Rise up when you're ready, Virabhadrasana 2, no rush. And just adjust your feet. If you need to move your feet, you can. Okay. Settle into your shape. Maybe close your eyes and take that breath. Can you energetically encourage your shoulder blades together, but your fingertips reach them out wide, especially through your middle fingers? And eyes open or close heavy through your left thigh and heel. Reverse your left hand to the sky as you breathe in. Side angle, find that anchor point of your right heel this time. Heart stays open, collarbones wide. We're gonna take a double reach if you like, reverse. Double reach to the back of your yoga mat. Left heel is your anchor. Feel your core connected to your left heel. Side angle or double reach forward, right heel now connects you to your right obliques. Push through your foot, pull your front ribs in. Reverse would be double reach, or maybe reach your right hand through that heart extension as you reverse. And then we're going to go towards our side angle variation. Maybe your left hand is the extension of your heart space this time. Reaching out in front of you. Go ahead and slowly push the earth away, reverse your triangle, and that's a long progression. Breathe in and up. Trikonasana, if you can kind of wiggle your right foot in, I take like a heel toe step in, so I have a slightly shorter stance. And then untuck your tail as you find the hinge forward. So left thigh plugs in as you hinge. Right foot connects you to right side core and tip. And then lean your right shoulder back and your right hip forward. So it's like a twist action through your torso. The right hip forward helps free up your left leg. Your right shoulder back helps keep your collarbones wide. And send your right hand overhead to your full body stretch. And sweep down into your wide-legged forward fold. Take a little half lift. And start to bend into your right knee, side lunge or skandasana. Knees nice and wide, we'll pivot to the right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat again. Okay. Lean your weight into your right foot, bring your left knee to your right calf for your Shiva squat. And push down through your right foot, standing splits as you inhale. Shiva squat, hands or no hands, get low. And then push through your right foot, standing splits. Get one more bend and tap. Here we go, root and reach to your left toes. Headed towards our grand finale, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. As you settle into your seat, lift your heart in your hands. Prayer twist your heart to the left, so right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Once you create the twist, take your gaze to the earth for stability. Drive down into your left foot to connect to your core. Then you start to pick up your right heel, and then flamingo your right heel eventually to your booty. Think long through your spine. Hover your right leg back in space like an airplane leg. And then eventually place your right toes to the earth at the back of your yoga mat. Try to push into your feet to find a buoyancy. And then spread your wings open wide. So legs are super active, heart's lifted off of your left thigh. Drive down with your roots, reaching crescent. Heart lifts as you reach your hands forward in front of you. Let your upper back help you out. And we fly into airplane pose, big push through your left leg. Give yourself a breath to be here. You have softness in your left knee. Think about the spiral of your inner right thigh to the ceiling. And slow and steady, start to bend your left knee. Chair pose, land your right foot to the earth. Take one big breath in. Doesn't have to be your deepest chair. Exhale, forward fold, surrender. Take one more halfway lift, lengthen your body. On your exhale, go ahead and just bend your knees and have a seat to the earth. Okay. So we're running out of time a little bit. There were a couple of things I wanted to do, but I only have 60 minutes in the morning versus 75 like in some of my classes. So we'll start to make our way to the back body. We're going to use our core to lower down, since that's kind of the theme of this Tuesday. So with your legs out in front of you, finding this kind of like 3/4 bend, you're going to flex your feet and drive your heels down to the earth and towards you. So we're heel anchors. From your heel anchors, feel your belly light up. Reach your hands to the sky with a big breath in. And hinge back like halfway or 1/3 of the way, just to that point where you feel the challenge in your core. And then feel your low back draw in and up. Shoulder blades draw together as you pull your heart through your biceps. You're continuing to drive your heels into the earth with your center strength. Take a breath in. We're going to exhale, rotate over to the left. As you do so, press into your left heel with your left oblique strength. Try to empty your lungs. You're pressing your left heel down to the earth and pulling your left heel isometrically towards you. We're going to inhale back to center. Same thing, second side. So as you take it to the right, press down to your right heel and pull your right heel towards your seat. Through your right side core as you empty your lungs. And then big breath in brings us back to center. On your exhale, lower all the way to your back body. If you need to bring your heels a little closer, you can. Try to press your heels down into the ground the whole way back. Finding your full body stretch, take a big breath in. And then go ahead and exhale your knees into your chest. We'll rock from side to side. And then allow your knees to stay bent. Place your feet to the earth. Eagle stack your right leg on top of your left. You just need the single stack. And drop your knees over to the left. We'll offer 3 cycles of breath into our right side body. And start to bring your knees back to the center line. Unwind your legs. You can take a couple windshield wipers to release and reset your hips and your lumbar. You can. And then go ahead and find your way to second side. So just stack your left leg on top of your right. And drop your knees over to the right. 3 cycles of breath. Now travel through your left side body. Bringing space into this area of our body that we have strengthened so much today. Breathing gratitude into this area of our body that does so much for us. Give yourself one more slow breath in. Even slower breath out. And then when you make your way back through center this time and unwind your knees and square your hips, just curl your knees into your chest, curl your nose up to your knees into a tight little ball. Breathe into the back of your heart space. Tuck through your chin and then eventually with exhale, release everything long. Find your way to your Shavasana. Adjust until you're really comfortable, content. As you close your eyes and settle in, You feel the support of the earth rise up to hold you. And the strength of the ground. That steadiness we can turn to whenever we feel a little bit ungrounded, like we can't catch our footing. We need that stable support. We can bring ourselves to the earth and we can breathe down towards it, inviting those stable, steady qualities into our own bodies, hearts, and minds. And for these last few minutes of your practice, allow every out breath to drop you a little bit deeper into the earth below. And you're ready to bring some fullness back into your breath. Every cycle of breath, allow your breath to again reach into your right and your left side bodies. And feel your exhale draw you back to center. As your inhales expand and widen, your exhales bring you right back to you. If you're comfortable as you are, feel free to just continue to rest and relax. If you're ready to bring some movement into your body, maybe start with your fingers and toes, hands and feet, ankles, wrists. Might feel nice to breathe in and reach your hands up and overhead, feeling all that length, all that spaciousness in your side bodies. And on your exhale, either bring your hands to your heart or slowly and gently press your way up to a comfortable seat. And in this final moment of practice, we pause and we acknowledge this practice that asks us the question, it poses the question of how free do we want to be? And how free you want to be will then give you the answer of how much you get to let go, how much you get to choose to set aside. Because if you want to be totally free, that means that we must release and set aside any tension of our heart, any sort of anger, frustration, resentment that we've stored in our bodies or our minds. It means that we get to make the decision to set all of that aside, to surrender it away, and to make the choice to be free. And we have this practice that provides us with the tools to cultivate that freedom and connect us back to our truest nature. So taking one more deep breath in through your nose, fill your lungs all the way to the top. And as you're ready, clear that breath away, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, guiding us, leading us to live more authentically, and to love more deeply, and to see more clearly each and every day. Thank you so much for joining me, for taking this time out of your morning to connect to yourself and your body and your breath. And namaste.